Hey everybody, it's Justin Shackle with Yankees On Demand, presented by AT&T. We're getting you set for the second leg of the Yankees homestand as they welcome in the first place Cleveland Indians. And while Cleveland's trying to hold off Detroit for first place in the American League Central, the Yankees are still trying to fight for a wild card spot. After splitting the Subway Series with the Mets, the Yankees remain 5.5 games back in the wild card race entering the weekend. When you take a look at their upcoming schedule, the Yankees have 23 games left against Toronto, Boston, and Seattle, all of whom are ahead of them in the wild card race. The Indians enter with the second best record in the American League, but the Yankees took 3 of 4 from the Tribe over in Cleveland just before the All-Star break. Now, much of the talk around the Yankees in the last week is how they were able to pull off 3 trades that netted them a bunch of impressive prospects. One of the players they dealt was Andrew Miller, and he'll be back in the Bronx less than a week after the Yankees traded him. As a Yankee this season, Miller pitched to a 1.39 ERA with 77 strikeouts in 45 of the third innings of work. For much of this season, the Yankees marveled over how much he dominated the opposition. And now they're on the other end of that matchup. And with the Yankees trading away some big names at the deadline, they'll look to inject some youth into the lineup down the stretch. Getting at bats for some much-deserving players at AAA may start to become the priority. They've already called up Gary Sanchez, who had a multi-hit game against the Mets in their series finale. Look for other players to possibly come up, such as former highly touted prospect Tyler Austin, who's owning it at AAA with a .319 batting average and an OPS of 1.055 in 52 games. Also, Aaron Judge can make an appearance in the Bronx. The 6'7" outfielder is hitting .417 since returning from a knee injury. These players could be the future of this franchise, and the time to see if they have a future is now. Game 1 of the series features Michael Pineda against Cleveland's Josh Tomlin. In Pineda's last start on July 31st in Tampa, he allowed 5 runs over 6 innings and took the loss, but struck out 8 batters. It was the 3rd straight game he struck out 8. In 4 starts since the All-Star break, Pineda has held opposing hitters to a .226 batting average. Which Pineda shows up against the Indians is the biggest question for the series opener. In Game 2, it'll be CC Sabathia starting opposite Corey Kluber. While the Yankees took 3 out of 4 against the Indians just before the All-Star break, Sabathia did not have his best stuff against his old team. He allowed 5 runs over 5 2/3, which is also what he did in his last start against the Mets. He was pitching well until giving up a 3-run homer in the 6th. If Sabathia can keep the ball in the yard, he should be pretty effective against Cleveland. In the series finale on Sunday, Masahiro Tanaka takes the ball against Carlos Carrasco. Tanaka allowed a career-high tying 7 runs against the Mets on Tuesday. Tanaka's pitched well all season, so Tuesday's outing could be looked at as bad luck. He'll be looking for some revenge against the Indians. Cleveland's a young team with a starting rotation that ranks near the top in all of baseball, but the Yankees have already shown they can handle them. Can they do it again with the season series shifting to the Bronx? It's a question that'll be answered this weekend. For Yankees On Demand, presented by AT&T, I'm Justin Shackle.
You can see more Yankees On Demand and scoreboard content by clicking here. And you can subscribe to our YouTube channel right here.